Hide my tears. You actually read it, she said, as if that was the most extraordinary thing I could have done. I knew then that Grandpa's legacy wasn't just about the research or the facility, it was about breaking cycles, about seeing potential where others saw inconvenience. We've expanded the youth program to reach over 150 students annually now. We call it the Little Scientists Initiative, a name that never fails to make me smile. Each participant receives a leather-bound notebook, similar to the one Grandpa gave me behind that barn so many years ago. On the first page, we've printed his words, "Write the things they don't understand. One day the world will." Some of our first participants are now entering college with full scholarships to study environmental science and sustainable agriculture. The center itself has grown beyond anything I could have imagined. What started as a modest research facility has expanded to include 5 modern laboratory buildings, 3 greenhouse complexes, and over 60 acres of experimental growing fields. We've partnered with international research organizations from Brazil to Kenya, sharing our innovations with farmers facing the harshest effects of climate change. Last year, our drought-resistant corn variant helped feed an estimated 40,000 people in regions where traditional crops had failed for 3 consecutive seasons. The irony isn't lost on me that the very qualities my family tried to suppress, my methodical thinking, my obsession with details, my preference for quiet observation over performative confidence, are precisely what made this work possible. There's a certain poetic justice in that, I suppose. 3 years after the will reading, I received a letter from a lawyer representing Vanessa. She was requesting permission to visit the center. At first, I thought it was another attempt to challenge the will, but when she arrived, I barely recognized her. Gone was the polished appearance, the practiced smile, the rehearsed charm. She seemed smaller somehow, more authentic in her uncertainty. "I don't expect forgiveness," she said, standing awkwardly in the main lobby, staring at Grandpa's portrait above the reception desk. "I just wanted to see what he built for you. What you've built with it." I gave her the tour, showed her the labs, the greenhouses, the fields where we were testing new irrigation systems. She asked intelligent questions, took genuine interest. When we reached the community garden where local families grow their own food using our methods, she paused. "He always knew who you were," she said quietly. "Even when I didn't. Even when I pretended not to. We don't speak often, Vanessa and I. The damage runs too deep for casual reconciliation. But twice a year, she volunteers at our youth science camp. She teaches the kids about presentation skills, how to communicate complex ideas to non-scientific audiences. It's a small bridge, but it's something neither of us thought possible. My parents have made no such overtures. Last I heard, they had moved to Florida after Dad's early retirement from the investment firm. Sometimes I see Mom's name attached to charity galas in social media posts or local newspaper coverage. Dad occasionally appears in business journals, offering commentary on market trends. They exist in a world parallel to mine, neither of us crossing the boundary. Grandma lived at the ranch until last year, when her arthritis made the stairs too difficult. Now she has an apartment connected to my house in town, close enough that I can check on her daily but separate enough that she maintains her independence. We have coffee together most mornings. She tells me stories about Grandpa I never knew, how they met at a county fair when she knocked over